If you want to learn more about Queen and Lee, please go to YouTube and check out our channel, Queen of Trades 1234, or you can also find more music from Lee at Lee Mims Production on YouTube as well. Thank you. Hi guys, welcome to the Queen and Lee Show. I am Queen.
And I'm Lee.
And this is our show. On today's motivational, inspirational show, we're going to be talking about don't respond.
What does she mean by don't respond? Every statement or action, I'm going to read this to you. Every statement or action does not require you to react. Sometimes there is no need to even respond. When you are sure of your actions, your plans, and your dreams or visions, there is no need to respond. When you are about the positive energy and the other person is on that negative vibe, do not respond. Stay quiet, stay sure, and stay on your course of action. Have you ever had an instance where you felt like you responded and you didn't really need to respond after you thought it over?
Several times, many times. Oftentimes you will get that type of situation at work where sometimes you will respond off of your emotion and sometimes it's not always necessary, especially when you're in the workplace. Just like example, somebody say something that they shouldn't say, or they rub you the wrong way, or you have that difficult person that you're dealing with and you just feel that they slighted you or are not showing you the level of respect that you desire. And sometimes you will respond when you really don't need to. Sometimes we think responding makes the situation better, and oftentimes it does not, because most times it doesn't change the way the person feels anyway. So when you do respond, it just usually just gets you even more frustrated and make you more or less probably not care so much for the person if you feel like they're attacking you or
Is there any type of steps or advice or things that you have personally done to help you or keep you from responding when you don't really need to? I got a couple things I do, but you could tell me.
Or you go ahead and then I'll follow up behind you.
Well, there's a couple things I do regularly. A lot of times it's just taking a deep breath after somebody has said or done something. And I think to myself, I really don't need, as the action is happening, I'm actually talking to myself like it's not even necessary to say something. It's not necessary to respond, because responding and saying something is not even the same. A response sometimes is getting your face all torqued up, or slamming something, or storming off, or giving a glare, or even that's response. It's nonverbal, but it's still communicating to the other person a reaction to what they have said. And sometimes you have to just take a deep breath and say it's not even worth it. Not out loud, of course, because then that just causes for that next person to say something else even. And you have to also guard against responding to somebody saying you're not responding, because that's going to be the next thing. And sometimes you have to orate. Listen, the reason why I'm not saying anything is because I am irritated, but there is really no need for me to say anything because it's going to cause a greater argument. Sometimes that won't work, but it works for me. It's all about you keeping yourself under wraps. You can't worry about the other person in this case. This is about you taking care of you and not letting your blood pressure get all out of whack, and pulling you out of your inspired space, or your motivated space, or your happy space, or as we say often, your good vibe, because we use the word vibe in here.
And that's one of our mottos anyway. Like on our YouTube page, good vibes is something that we try to promote a lot. And sometimes it's difficult, especially again, like I said before, when you feel like you need to respond. Sometimes life experiences lead us to being very defensive sometimes, when maybe we don't always need to apply it in every situation. And that can lead to you responding when you don't need to.
Side note, we are outside today. We thought we would try something different. We wanted a different look. We wanted a different feel. Sometimes being outside gives you that freedom. The sunlight, the natural sunlight, gives you a better vibe, a hyper, happier, more vibrant, light vibe. I don't know. I just thought
Just
it might
nature's
feel.
energy. It can give you just a whole. It feels sometimes for me. I know for me, the sun just gives me a good feeling. Just to feel the sun shining down. Although we kind of in a shady spot, and then you see the nice green background. You've been getting a lot of water, so everything is so bright green from being moisture. Getting the moisture that it needs to grow.
And this is one of the things that goes into our inspiration. We like just getting outside and doing different things. So we thought we would take you out to one of our places that we like to go.
Yes, we love the park. This is something I've been doing since I was a kid. It's very relaxing, and it helps with that not responding. Sometimes you can just clear your mind. It's worth it taking that little few minutes at lunch and going to the park and eat your lunch there just to get a different quiet environment. If you just listen, you just hear just the regular sounds. It's just always so like a cliche, but it's true. Sometimes we don't take the time to feel the wind on our face, or watch the leaves blow or grow, and that can help with you being more calm, more relaxed. It does give you, and it changes your energy. If you sit in the park and it's nice and calm. We live in a place where it's real busy. So, when your job is a lot of, hustle and bustle, and you get that few minutes to calm down, that almost rejuvenates you to get going back in there and finish up your day. And that still goes into the whole don't respond. Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes you responding gets you more upset than a person you're responding to.
Right.
So it really does pay sometimes just to let it go.
A lot of times, you're responding to a person who's saying something to you that's only responding to how they feel. For instance, I may come in with a green shirt. The person that's looking at me may say, ew, why are you wearing that? They're not really thinking about how that makes me feel. They don't like green for some reason. Maybe their life, maybe they were abandoned on the day they had a green outfit on, and from now on, green is a representation of what they hate. It sounds like a funny analogy, but the mind is something crazy. One
And
thing
it's true,
can just
it can trigger a bad memory, and colors do that.
right. So we don't understand the mind as good as we should, but that could be a trigger, and sometimes you have to take into your consideration that everybody doesn't think like you, and everybody is not like you, and people won't appreciate the color green in that instance. So when you put that green outfit on, you weren't thinking about the next man, you were thinking about yourself, and you could either totally ignore what that person said and say, or you can respond to them, but not respond to how they said it. You can say, hey, you know what, I'm sorry that you don't like green, but green is my favorite color, and the reason why green is my favorite color is because it's the color of money, and this is why I'm wearing it, because I'm poor. I'm hoping to wear green enough until I'm rich one day. And then guess what? A couple things will happen. That person's going to feel a little bit small because you turned it into something positive, and they're going to stop talking about it.
And you shift that energy. Even though people may not like it, guess what? If I'm being positive, you are sometimes forced to go ahead with that energy shift.
Right.
And take it. Sometimes you can take somebody right out of whatever negative mind frame that they're in. And along with our don't respond, we had mentioned some other things. It says, when you are sure of your actions, plans, dreams, visions. Is another time where not responding in this sense would be more of just it's not always necessary to say and share.
No.
Because your plans are your plans, and people don't always understand your plans. Your dreams and your visions aren't always manifest yet to where somebody can visually see it or understand it. And people tend to, again, we go back to that negative energy can easily come in there and come into play.
Again, so bouncing off of what Queen is saying here, it reminds me of, again, you may be working on a novel, you may be working on yourself some kind of way. You may be going to the gym. You may be working on a degree. You may be working on your next cookbook. You may be working on a YouTube video.
Your
You
music.
may be your music. You may be painting. You may be doing, and that may stir up something in somebody else. Just like it stirs up good, it stirs up sometimes negativity for people because they want to start and they want to go ahead, but they're not sure of themselves. And here you are, not consulting the group, making moves. And like, well, who do they think they are? Instead of saying, hey, good job, Johnny, good job, Jane. I removed my little ego out of the way a lot of times, and I ask people, how are you getting this done? How did you write your book? I'm interested in writing a book too. Instead of saying they think they know everything, hey, they may know a lot about that subject that you're trying to get to. So remove yourself out of the way. That's another time not to respond. And guess what? Guarantee you the person who was throwing that negative energy at you is sometimes is going to come back to you and say, I'm proud of what you're doing, you know. They may roundabout apologize, or they may flat out apologize.
Or I didn't know that's what you were going to do. I couldn't see your vision. People all the time will oftentimes tell you that. Oh, it didn't make sense to me at that time. It makes sense to me now.
But guess what?
But my vision is exactly that, my vision. And you may not ever see my vision.
And the thing about it is, to keep that positive vibe going, probably you not responding is going to allow that person to think and come back and say something positive. But if you go ahead and react, or you give that negative vibe back, that stubbornness is going to transfer into them, and they may never come back and say that they got a little golden nugget from you. A lot of times, keeping quiet and not responding allows for positivity to come in where there is negativity. Negative plus negative only gets more negative. But if you times, I look at it a lot of times, if you times a negative and a positive together, sometimes you can get positive out of it, you know.
Yes. But even if you don't, because there are times that you won't, you just have to know that going into the situation, sometimes it's best not to share. Sharing is caring, and sharing is good sometimes, but not all the time when it comes to plans and visions and dreams. Because again, these things are yours and people don't always get it. And on that note, before we get into our music portion of our show, we're going to just get some commercial things that we say out the way so you can know where to find us for more inspiration, motivational things, or just having fun, hanging out, doing different things as we do on our channel. You can go to Queen of Trades 1234 on YouTube and see more of me and Lee. Or you can go to on YouTube as well to Lee Mims Productions and check out his music. Or you can also find him on all of streaming platforms such as Apple, Spotify, Tidal, and those sorts of things.
That's pretty much it.
And on that note, guys, we're going to say farewell and bye until next time. We love you guys. Thanks for the support. And don't forget to support us on our other places that you see us. Thanks for watching. Bye. Want to learn more about Queen and Lee, please go to YouTube and check out our channel, Queen of Trades 1234, or you can also find more music from Lee at Lee Mims Production on YouTube as well. Thank you.